Hello frequencies, welcome back to Aspirants Frequency channel. In the series of economic survey, today we are going to see the ninth chapter, that is the agriculture and food management. Let's directly get into the concepts. Firstly, the gross capital formation, which you have already studied in the national accounting. During the national accounting, we have many methods for calculating the national income. That is the income method, expenditure method, and the product method. Here, the gross capital formation can be known from the expenditure method. Through the expenditure method, we all know the formula that for the C plus G plus I plus X minus M, that's the net exports. C is for the private consumption, that like the public we are consuming, we are doing expenditure for our consumption. Then G is the government's expenditure. Then I is the private investment, the companies which are doing the private investment. X minus is the export minus import, that is the next net exports. This G part, the government expenditure part, that how much government is investing for the capital formation, the gross capital formation, GCF, that is, it can be also said as the gross fixed capital formation. This is known as the capital formation, that is nothing but the government is investing in the capital goods. For example, under the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, for creating roads and infrastructure, then providing under the Jal Jeevan Mission, providing water connection, then creating public sector enterprises units for the infrastructure. Then these are some of the capital formation areas which creating capital assets or capital assets. Then the next one is the joint liability groups, nothing but instead of a single person going to a bank and asking for the loan, the bank, instead of trusting, in the name of trust, if there is more people, for example having a self-help group, there are some 8 to 10 people where they are collectively approaching a bank for their loan for any other activities, then these groups are known as the joint liability groups for accessing bank loan, collective bank loan access. So there will be a trust factor from the bank also, and there is a conditionalities between the group, so that there will be a credit generation for their enterprises activities. Then the commodity derivatives nothing but in the bond market, it's nothing but like a bond. For example, you are pledging, you are having a particular amount of good, consider rice, 100 bags of rice, then you are getting you are putting in the market and you get a receipt by backing of this commodity. Then by this receipt you are giving the receipt and exchanging it to other for the future contracts. For example, entering into future contracts, you are, instead of you betting this, you are futuring this commodity and getting some money, so exchanging this for exchanging the goods for the money. This is known as the commodity derivative, that is the derivative which gets its values from the commodities. It's dealt under national commodity derivative exchange or multi-commodity exchange. This is some of the exchange organizations doing this commodity derivatives. It is under the Forward Contract Regulation Act of 1952. Then the gross cropped area, it's an important concept to know between difference between the gross cropped area versus the net sown area. For example, consider there is a 1 hectare of land. In 1 hectare of land, in 1 year you have cropped for a sugarcane. Then it takes 1 year, and the gross cropped, that is the net sown area, that is the total area you have sown and harvested is 1 hectare. Consider another land here. For the first 3 months during the kharif season you grown the rice, then the next season for the next 3 months you have grown a rabi crop, for example wheat. Then the next season for another 3 months you have grown for another some staple crops like groundnut or some other oil crops. So you are using the same 1 hectare land area for 3 times. So here 3 hectare of land is being cropped, that is harvested. So the gross cropped area is this 3 hectare is the gross cropped area, but this 1 hectare is the same land which is used again and again. So this 1 hectare is the net sown area. Kindly know the difference. The gross cropped area is 3 hectare, then the net sown area is 1 hectare. Then the Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act, it's the cooperative societies which you know that under the 97th Constitutional Amendment Act, by introducing Article 19, the right to freedom of forming cooperative societies. Then it also adds another part 9b in the Constitution for the cooperative societies for promoting cooperative federalism and market place or credit generation to uplift the rural people, basically the cooperativeness. So under this cooperative societies act, the multi-state cooperative, for instance, there are in this, for example, consider here each state has several cooperative societies. If there is a combined activities is going on, then the each state has formed its cooperative, then they can merge it under the multi-state cooperative society act. Likewise, the 3 cooperative societies has formed under the multi-states, that is export promotion, then for seed corporation, then organic products. You can easily link this with the coastal areas, that coastal areas are doing more export activities, then so these areas can commonly form the multi-state cooperative societies, which they can earn more credit and also accessing the benefits of the government. Do remember these things: the export promotion, seed corporation, then organic products promotion. Then the central issue price is nothing but the issue price of the central government of PDS, for PDS food. Central government is giving to state government. So this is the central issue price. The central issue price takes its value from the MSP plus the production and transportation and other charges are included to form the central issue price, which is issued by the center to the states, then states to the fair price shops issues the state issue price. So this is the value chain, the central issue price for the PDS scheme under the National Food Security Act. Then PM Garib Kalyan Anna Yojana for reducing the poverty and improving the health benefits of the vulnerable sections of the people. It has the Antyodaya Anna Yojana card holders and the priority household card holders. Then e-point of sale mission for promoting the technology driven governance measure in the PDS system, and fair price shops for reducing the corruption and identifying wrong beneficiaries. This right beneficiaries, these e-point of sale machines are used. This Antyodaya Anna Yojana and PHR are like, you see, if you have a ration card, you just watch it here, that box, in this box there is mentioned that AAY or PHS, that is every ration card there is the classification of AAY and priority households. Do mention in the comment section that how much of food grains are provided for PHH and AAY householders. Then the data center organizations, like the doubling the farmers income is the main goal of the government for through various schemes like irrigation, improving irrigation efficiency, input support to the farmers through fertilizer subsidy or other, then providing market assistance through ENAM and other portals. Then export promotion councils are created. For all these activities are carried out to double the farmers income. Then the small and marginal farmers in India comprise around 89.4% are small and marginal farmers. Here we have to recall what are the criteria for marginal and small farmer. For marginal farmers, it is people who have less than 1 hectare. Then for small farmers, it's 1 to 2 hectare. Then small medium farmers, it's 2 to 4 hectare. Then for medium farmers, it's 4 to 10 hectare. Then for large farmers, it's greater than 10 hectare who are people holding under lands, they are large farmers. Here we are concerning about the marginal and small farmers who are holding less than 2 hectare of land. India comprises 89.4%. This is a large land fragmentation. Due to this, the small and marginal farmers cannot able to access the mechanization or other direct benefits of the government because of this marginality of the farmers. Then the current the Kisan credit card holders are around 7.5 crore people. Then the National Commission of Farmers, which is formed for the market establishing or a market exchange for the product of the farmers to the wholesalers or the consumers. The National Commission was formed. It recommends that for APMC, there is nothing but the mandis where the farmers get their goods to exchange for sale. It recommends that for every 5 kilometers square kilometer there should be a mandi, but today we have for every 434 square kilometer we have a mandi, which says that there is a huge gap of infrastructure which reduces the farmers access to the market. So it can be a valid data to quote for the farmers welfare or farmers issues relating to the market access. Then the nutrient imbalance is nothing but we are primarily the plant requires a primary some nutrients like the nitrogen, potash, then nitrogen, phosphorus, then potash. These three other major nutrients or minerals which are required for the plant. In 2009 to 2010, the ratio was around 4:3:2:1 for NPK. But in 2019 and 2020, the ratio has shown the nutrient or imbalance ratio to around 2.8:1. It is mainly because of the green revolution, where the green revolution states are highly benefited from the large access to the chemical fertilizers. Then the fertilizer subsidy to specific nutrients or fertilizer, for example for nutrition, that is urea, we are using have a very subsidized rate at around less than 300 rupees, which makes farmers to use the urea at a higher rate than the potassium and phosphorus. So it creates a nutrient imbalance and the plants are getting affected, which also results in the consumer diets. It can be used as a data. Then the India, we are the first milk production country. Then we are the second in the fruits and vegetable production. It's a data released by Ministry of Food and Food Processing Industries. Then the schemes which are discussed in this chapter are regarding the farmers' welfare. We have the More Crop Scheme under the National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture ENAM scheme. Then the Soil Health Card. The Soil Health Card, which then the ENAM is also a market access directly. It's like an e-commerce platform for exchanging the farmers' goods between consumers through this ENAM portal. Then National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture is for under the National Action Plan for Climate Change. The Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change had devised this plan for National Mission for Sustainable Agriculture through promoting reducing the chemical fertilizers and it's one point that reducing chemical fertilizers and promoting organic production of goods and services. It also includes the submission of agriculture mechanization. Mechanization agriculture is an important component to reduce the input cost of farmers and increasing the output productivity and also the doubling farmers income, which we have seen here. Then per drop per crop, it's nothing but a drip irrigation facility, providing drip irrigation facility for it's a direct instead of doing the surface irrigation, which we have seen in the last chapter regarding the irrigation efficiency. In the irrigation efficiency, the surface irrigation has around 30 to 40% efficiency, but the drip irrigation has around 50 to 60% of efficiency, which is highly significant. So that government is promoting the per drop more crop scheme for drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, which reduces the water loss and also the increases the efficiency. Then the National Food Security Mission, Crop Diversification Program, Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana. These are some of the schemes which you can recall by yourself. Then the Integrated Scheme for Agri Marketing. Then the Agri Infrastructure Fund is created for debt financing of the post-harvest and interest subvention scheme and the credit guarantee support schemes. These are some of the schemes which you just go through itself. You can reproduce in the answer writing. Then the STEC is the yield estimation based on technology. It is an important digital tech platform used for estimating the yield based on the technology. For example, a crop is sown, then within the 3 months, how much the crop can yield, the data can be found, and this data is supported for accessing the for making the farmers access to any commodity derivative market agreement or accessing to any bank loans. This tech platform can be used and the data can be arrayed. Then the WINS platform, that is a weather information network data system. It's providing simply the weather information regarding the cyclone, flood, or any other pest attack. For example, pest attack. These are the weather information systems which they are get to notify the farmers regarding the thing, so that the farmers can take any precautionary measures. For example, making an insurance under the Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana. A farmer can insure their crops so that he can get an assured income support. Then the Cropic platform is the collection of real-time observation and photographic of crops uh, through the photograph of crops. You can really assess the crops. It's like, for example, today, for example, if you there is a app in the app store where you can take a photo of an infected leaf. For example, consider in a plant there is an infected leaf. If you just take a photo and analyze, and through this photo it got analyzed that what is the fungus or pest attack is under, and through this that recommends the fertilizer or the pesticide or herbicide which has to be taken care to the plant. It itself, the app itself suggests you through this Cropic platform. Then the Rainfed Area Development Program for the irrigation efficiency and the rainwater harvesting program. Then the PM Krishi Sinchai Yojana, it's basically for increasing the irrigation facilities to all the areas for promoting the agriculture productivity and increasing the agriculture produce. It is for agriculture irrigation benefit program, and Har Khet Ko Pani is the tagline which is used for every field. There should be sufficient water for irrigation. Then some of the organic farming related schemes or the PM Pranam scheme, that's nothing but the program for restoration awareness generation and nutritious and amelioration of mother earth. See, it's nothing but PM Pranam is it's promoting the organic farming instead of through the means of like reducing the chemical fertilizer or using precision farming. We have learned that if there is a more fertilizers are for used in the crop, it gets not completely used and get washed away during the surface during the rain times and got accumulated in the nearby pond, so that it causes eutrophication and it leads to many other side effects. So it also indirectly reduces this eutrophication ill effects, and also by using organic fertilizers like panchakavya and using the residual waste of plants as a fertilizer, which basically these are the things which the PM Pranam scheme promotes. The some other components like the nano urea, the urea gold are used. It's nothing but urea gold is nothing but the sulfur coated urea. Then the nano urea is nothing but a minute granulized urea for increasing the efficiency rate of urea, that is the nitrogen dissemination. For example, see, consider if the urea instead of uh, instead of uh, instead of getting utilized in a single manner, it gets evaporated in a slow process, so the plant or the crop gets continuous nutrition support. It's one of the area of the nano urea. Then the Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana, it's the basically the complete organic system, organic farming using non-using of any uh, chemical fertilizers. The Parampara Krishi Vikas Yojana scheme is under play. Then the Ministry Mission for Organic Value Chain Development in the Northeast region, where the you have already know that one of the first organic farming state recognized in India is the Sikkim. So likewise for Sikkim, the Northeast states has a very vibrant culture of using various indigenous technologies for promoting the organic farming. So Mission Organic Value Chain Development in the Northeast region is a specified scheme for the Northeast region for promoting the organic farming. Then the crop residue management scheme, the currently also we have seen in Delhi the air quality index is under significant reduction. There is a significant, it even goes to severe category, that the air pollution is under threat, causing people to live or under minor effects like respiratory problems it is causing. So to manage this air pollution is the crop residue management scheme the government is carrying on, which indirectly promotes the organic farming. It also sometimes the crop residue can also be used in the ethanol blending 2.0 generation 2 as a, it can be used as a generation 2 fuel by using the crop residues. Then the food processing and livestock schemes discussed here are the Rashtriya Gokul Mission, National Digital Livestock Mission, National Mission for Dairy Development. These are the missions which basically for improving the livestock productivity, because India is being the largest consumer of milk and also the first largest producer of milk. So these are the missions which takes care for the health of livestock, for promoting infrastructure facilities, then healthcare facilities, health of the livestock insect. Previously also we have come across the skin disease in cattle, that is the lumpy skin disease, which is spreading aggravatively and causing the cattle to die in a large number. So to tackle these kind of situations, these missions are under, just go through this mission, these missions are under the progress. Then the PM Matsya Sampada Yojana for fish production, that is India being the second largest aquaculture fisheries production. See, compared to the outland, that is the ocean fishery, inland fishery considers in India around more than 65% we are doing inland aquaculture fisheries. So Mission Matsya Sampada Yojana takes care of this. Mission Kishan Sampada Yojana for providing infrastructure access benefits to the farmers. Then the PLI scheme for food processing industries, that is the production linked incentive scheme, which you have already seen in the manufacturing sector. It's nothing but, you see, if a company produces 100 kg of food product and he is exporting it, consider another time the government announces scheme and the country needs to produces around 150 kg and it's exported it, this 50 kg for extra production and exporting, the company gets some incentive. That is the production linked, increasing the efficiency and also the increasing the quantity through the production. The company gets incentive from the government. PLI scheme, this PLI scheme is also announced for the food processing industries. Then the formalization of micro food processing enterprises is also the scheme for enriching the food processing sector. Then the Operation Green is nothing but for the top crops, and also the food top is nothing but the tomato, onion and potato. These are the some vital crops which are in daily usage of all households, and it also, these are the crops which are the causes for the inflationary pressure, basically for the food inflation. These are the basic crops which are the causing more inflationary pressure in the market. So these crops, to tackle these crops and to To fulfill the sufficient needs at a regular basis, the Operation Green has been announced. Simply, it's nothing but through the Operation Green. See, if there is an area which has more demand of the top crops, there is an area where have excess supply. Through this operation, the supply crops, the demand area is fulfilled from the supply area, and likewise, it also includes nowadays. This also includes the fruits in under the Operation Green scheme. For it's basically the Operation Green is for price stabilization. It's a short-term measure for price stabilization. See, considering the demand area, see if there is more demand, the prices get skyrocketed to various levels, which we see in the regions like when there is a high monsoon, the tomato prices get skyrocketed to more than 100 to 150 rupees. Likewise, for the price stabilization, Operation Green is carried out. Then the integrated value chain development, these two are basically, it's a short-term measure to reduce the, in the short term, to reduce the control the inflationary prices of these crops and fruits, and in the long term it also created the integrated value chain development for proper production of these crops and also the marketing process. That's it for the schemes, concepts, and also the data and organizations regarding this chapter. Then the keywords which are used here are the sunrise sector, which is the, it's nothing but the blooming or a rising sector. For example, the food processing industries is a, it's a highly valued, highly growing area where it needs to be more investment, and which eventually produces more results in the form of FTA or any other things. Then the off-farm employment is also being promoted. Off-farm employment is nothing but from the farm, out of the farm you are creating employment generations, nothing but in the manufacturing or industries. Off-farm is also nothing but, see, in the food processing industry, which also related to the food processing, it's the farm employment. You are moving away from the direct farm to the other external areas in the service sector or anything. Then the decentralized procurement scheme, it's in regarding the PDS or food security scheme. Instead of the center wholly procures the crops and then distributes it to the stores, then the states distribute it to the fair price shops, there is a huge wastage, there is a huge reduce or huge wastage of food crops, which the WHO also mentioned. There is a huge, that is 1/3 of the food are getting wasted during transport or any other thing. This 1/3 can be reduced by the decentralized procurement scheme. Then it's the cabinet recently has approved this. I have included because the cabinet recently approved the some 6 missions under the agriculture. That is a digital agriculture mission for soil profile mapping. Then the agri-stack, it's nothing but the DPA. It's a public infrastructure, digital public infrastructure for creating a decentralized and democratized public infrastructure for increasing the farmers' welfare and the output also. Then the Krishi decision support centers under the digital agri mission. Then the crop science for food and nutritional security, that is nothing but the R&D, increasing the R&D capabilities. Then the agri education management and social science for students, that is imparting the qualities of agriculture. Then modernized technology. Then the aspect of food security, these things are getting inculcated to the students in the education areas. Then the sustainable livestock and health management, sustainable development of horticulture area, which is also a sunrise sector. Then the Krishi Vigyan Kendras, that is the customer support centers, Krishi Vigyan Kendras. Then the natural resource management. These are some of the areas where the cabinet recently focused and approved for the digital agriculture mission. That's it for the video. I kindly recommend to watch the previous videos if you haven't. Then I also recommend one thing, that go through the chapter once, then have this material, watch this video as a revision one, so that you can get the story of the whole chapter. Then you can revise this from these concepts and skim this one pager notes. Kindly, I will also link the one pager notes PDF in the description box. Do use it, and that's it for the video. See you in the next chapter. Thank you.